Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am here every single day of the year to take your political questions and just check in with the collective energy. This is a spiritual practice, just so everybody knows. This is not psychic Griswelda who knows all. This isn't how this works. There is no one who does this who is 100% accurate, but for those who believe that we are all connected and there is an energetic center, there's an energetic with that we are all connected, we are all part of the divine, then this is the place for you. So we just read on the collective and see what information is out there, because it's very interesting how accurate some things can be. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers, to whom I'm eternally grateful. Thank you. And when I'm done here, right now, I've taken your questions out of the chat and I've put them down in the description box. So they're already there, at least in their raw form. And when I'm done here, I go in and I timestamp them and try to just to kind of clear up, make it more as accurate as possible what I actually ended up reading on. So that takes me a little bit of time, but that's what I do afterward. And I think that's it. I did have room for one more. And Robin's asking about Florida and pediatric hospitalizations. Be freaking believable. Oh man, it's very upsetting. It's very upsetting. All right, and I thought I saw one more question. Maybe I could tack on. Yesenia, will the DOJ investigate Trump, or are they already doing so? Okay, I'll have a look. You put GM. Did you mean GM Dave? Because anything, do put anything in all caps if you're talking to me, and other than that, please just type normally. So, but that's a good question. So I'm going to add it to the list, and that's going to give me 13 for today. And I'm not even sure I can get to all of them, but I will try. I will try. Your questions are important. Okay. And for what it is worth, look. My best friend Sarah, she saw these and she said, "Wow, very Partridge Family. But hey, you know what? Come on, get happy." So anyway, I had to share that little hearts, little bit of happiness there today. Okay. I'm glad you like it. I'm afraid I've got my questions, but I appreciate you that you have them, that you have more. I'm here every single day. Oh, I'm glad you like I'm glad you like the nails. I'm literally here every single day of the year. So, all right, I have my deck of cards. I have my card rack from cheesy, I know, but from my heart to yours. Cheesy, but accurate. And I have got a place right here to write down as the time stamping as we move on with this. Okay. All right. Well, let's get going. We'll probably start at about 5 minutes in here. And we are starting with, question. Phi, you asked, is your city going to be all right? Will things get better there? Me? You asked about Chicago? Let me know. It's Chicago. We're better off than we were under mobsters. But B. Gray, this is a compliment. You're the first person to make me like super long nails. Thank you. Thank you. It's fun. That's why I do it. And I don't wear, I'll be perfectly honest, I don't wear them all day. The there reaches a point in the by the evening where I got stuff to do. But here it's just to keep the energy up. That's what I try to do. That's with the overlays and the colors and the matching and the nails and it's to keep the energy up here. And then we dip down into this really icky energy, reading on these rotten human beings. And then we can come back up, catch our breath, and then go back down into the muck. And that's how I get through this. That's how we get through this. So if I sing Love the Nails, the border's making me hungry. Yes, I saw a report about a cop killing yesterday. Oh, jeez. Chicago. We could read on Chicago. We could do that. One of the things I wanted to read on was Afghanistan. Taliban is gaining ground really, really quickly. Not good. And not good for our safety. And do not let anybody blame Biden for this. Guess who the withdrawal started under? I'll give you 45 guesses. So anyway, so we might have to go back into Afghanistan in limited ways. Or Afghanistan under the Taliban is going to become a haven for the people like Al-Qaeda or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. Then again, they're murderous blanks, blanks, and they don't deserve me to be showing them common courtesy. But anyway, if you would rather read on that, that's okay. Oh, fine. Well, we could check on Chicago if there's time. We can check on Chicago. Let me just add this down here. Maybe we'll get to that. But I do really appreciate your questions. All right, so down here, oh, there is a kitty. There's a kitty right here. He is snoozing. We had bad storms coming through this morning, and there's talk about more of them coming through. We had heavy rain. It got so dark in here. I literally have this place lit like I do for when I do live streams at night. That's how dark it is. But it's starting to lighten back up again, which is good. Okay, so start talking, and here we are. I am sorry, I've got my questions for today. They're down in the description box, so you can follow along. But I'll be back tomorrow. It's first come, first serve. Okay. And don't forget, if you want to say something to me, just put it in all caps. Other than that, please just type normally so people can have whole conversations. Okay. Oh, man. Hi, Miss Robin Williams. A real talent left this world when he died. And I can't even think about Afghanistan without thinking about the jokes he was telling, trying to cheer people up after 9/11 and through the aughts. And there was one of his stand-up routines. He was talking about TSA and all the new things you had to do. And he was saying, knitting needles? You're gonna take knitting needles away from little old ladies? And he did a little old lady little old lady voice, and he said, "What am I going to do? Knit an Afghan?" I love that. So the Taliban is moving swiftly. It could be weeks. I mean, there's a real possibility Kabul could fall within weeks, which also means people and equipment and what have you that we're trying to get out of there. Sorry, bad storm, so a little stiff. Things we're trying to get out of there, we get stuck there. Afghanistan. What is the future of the U.S. in Afghanistan? Because if Queen of Pentacles, it's expensive. Wars are expensive. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, fruits of labor, hanged man. Yeah, kind of turned up on its head. Nine of Wands, Eight of Wands. They're so tired of the fighting and the grief, but there's just more coming. Humanitarian crisis. Apparently, things are so bad that something close to 1 million Afghanis have gone to Iran for refuge. How bad does it have to be that you want to go to Iran because that's a better option? This is the world responding. I mean, let's look for the helpers here, as Mr. Rogers always, his mother taught him. This is a lot of help with the humanitarian crisis. We're not going to be able to leave entirely anytime soon. If nothing else, just for reasons of humanitarian help. Hello, Becca. Becca from House of Lenormand is here. Saw your live stream last night with Johnny and Jen Lynn. It was awesome, as always. You'll have to come on one of these days. Come visit. Anyway. So with Afghanistan, are we going to are we going to find a way, or are the Afghanis going to find a way to rein in the Taliban, or the murderous extremists that come with them, or join up with them? That's Biden. Yep, King of Cups, that's Biden. Three of Pentacles, the plan. 10 of Pentacles, dynasty. I mean, there's an entire generation that's so far known nothing but war. There are people in the military right now who weren't even alive at 9/11. They're fighting a war. They weren't even here for the original patriotism. Knight of Wands. Extremists. This is not good. This is the Taliban. These are the extremists. These are the extremists welcoming in forces from elsewhere. Extreme forces from elsewhere. There may not be much of a conclusion or conclusive answer to this question. So, is Afghanistan going to become the nightmare extremist hub that they're likely to? That's not good. That's not good. All right, extremists on the defensive. I think they may be able to protect Kabul, at least for a while. I think they may fight back to protect Kabul. It's something. and then trying to give the Afghani government help, and the world trying to do what they can. That's about all I'm going to get on that today, but there is some good news in there, at least reading on the collective energy, so hopefully how many fingers can we cross? Can you cross your there? I look like a sloth. If I could cross my toes, I would. Okay, well, 3 more cards. See if there's anything else. I think that's about it, but I just want to double check. This is a big deal. Because we can't walk away. We can't just go, all right, well, that's your problem. We can't completely do that, because the problem there comes here in a big way. Oh, wow, Autumn on that reading. Good or bad? The claws. Knight of Cups. Not all Afghanis want Taliban running things. Nope. What women's rights have been gained, out the window. Rights in general, gone. Ace of Wands, Hermit, Moon. There are going to be so many, I don't know why I'm getting this, but there are going to be so many satellites. Sorry, that's not my phone. There are going to be so many satellites trained on Afghanistan that, I mean, there's not going to be a rabbit sneezing that isn't going to end up in a report somewhere. They're going to watch every last little thing. And there's something about it that ends up, they're able to thwart the military, but it's not just the military, and it's not just America, it's not just the U.S. Are able to thwart some things, because they want to just do the old belligerent, beat them down. But this view, it feels like it's like his head's up in space, and that's like a satellite looking down, and it causes immense consternation here. For what it's worth, that's what I'm getting. Ellen, you need to say it a la Clouseau. Jacques Clouseau? Clouseau? Are we talking about the Pink Panther? Are we talking about the ship Calypso guy? I know it's not quite the same. The names are switched in my head though, so. Yeah, nobody's safe. With the Taliban in charge, nobody's safe. The whole thing, Europe will help. The world will help. So, oui. Jacques Clouseau. Does your dog bite? No. I thought you said your dog does not bite. That is not my dog. Very sad. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's move on to Joe Rogan and Candace Owens. Is it okay if I beat my head against my planner here? Okay, 20 minutes in. Joe Rogan. Candace Owens. These are both far-right pundits, aren't they? Doesn't Joe Rogan have... Isn't he the guy? He's got the YouTube channel and the... I'm glad I made you laugh, though. Chief Inspector Jacques Clouseau. Not tonight, Cato. Not tonight. Actually, my mother uses that line a lot. A lot. I'm serious. I have 2 cats. There's Boo Boo's and Kitty. There's Bailey, the white one. And then there's Alfie, the orange one, Pumpkin. Right? Well, Pumpkin, if there's a fight between them, Alfie wins. There's no, hands down, no way that Fuzzhead here, little white puffball here, can win when they fight. No. But he gets territorial, and so as my friend Sarah says, Bailey, his mouth writes checks that his body can't cash. So he'll paw at Alfie, or he'll sneak up behind and like try to jump on him and things like that. And to be territorial, to just kind of make it unpleasant, so it's my space, until Alfie's had enough and he turns around and he's just like, and then it's just all over. So my mother's standing there and she's watching as Alfie's just sitting there. He's a little bit nervous, but he's just sitting there. And Bailey's creeping in from the side. Alfie's looking around, and my mother says, because he's in this white thing, "Not tonight, Cato. Not tonight. Not tonight." So there's a long walk to get there, but that's yes, very useful. Yes, scary, exactly. Pumpkin said Kitty, PZK. He's brave Sir Alfred of Pumpkin. There's Bailey, Boo Boo, Zen Kitty, the white one. Bailey, Boo Boo, Zen Kitty. And then there's the orange one, Brave Sir Alfred of Pumpkin. There, that was a nice thought. 3 cards for Rogan, 3 cards for Candace Owens. Not that I'm not entirely sure they deserve that much, but hey, let's do it. Not tonight, Cato. These are the far right guys, far right people, right? I've got the right. Holly and friends, Alfred is camera shy. Alfred thinks this is boring. All right, Joe Rogan. Yeah, make it 24. All right, Joe Rogan. Candace, no? Wait. Okay, maybe I've got the wrong people. Hang on. Candace Owens. She's conservative, yeah. And Joe Rogan is the beefy guy. He's 5'7". Okay. Podcaster, UFC color commentator, former actor, television presenter. He rips vaccine passports as moving the U.S. closer to dictatorship. Yeah, these are exactly the people I thought we were talking about. Okay, all right. Yes, you have the right people. Okay. 3 cards for Joe Rogan. 3 cards for Candace Owens. Let's focus on Joe. Actually, I'm just going to do one and the other. I'm not going to try to do a double reading. Their energies are too. All right, Joe. Well, okay. 25. Joe Rogan. Will Joe Rogan have a career after MAGA? Joe Rogan. I always worry when I say certain things I haven't said before because I'm not sure how this is going to be taken. He's a bucket of testosterone. Nothing wrong with testosterone. Women have testosterone too, and you need it. And if you don't have any, you have to get shots because it's not good. But he feels like a bucket. He feels like just a great big bucket of testosterone. Page of Swords. Bully. It's the bully card. Okay. Gary's saying, Joe, it's not always like this, but he saw money by going to the right. Without a filter. I'm saying that. Oh, oui, très bon. Oh, really? You're a dinosaur. Yeah, he's going to have to retool because he's been a tool. Can I say that? It's not rude. You know, like a hammer or a screwdriver or a wrench. This is hemming in. This feels like women's rights for money, but he's the whole energy of the whole energy of the country. It's moving toward Democrats. It's moving toward equality and the rise of women and this old way of doing things. It's not going to work anymore. The time has passed. So he will have to retool his message, but it's still going to be a variation on a theme. He's a dinosaur. Fun fact, as I'm shuffling to see if there's any more information. The first known, understood dinosaur fossil was found after George Washington. George Washington did not know that there were ever dinosaurs on this earth. So I think it's interesting. All right, bucket of testosterone. Tool of the patriarchy. How about that? The times, they are changing. Ace of Swords. Sword of Truth. Page of Cups. Rise of more democratic stuff. Rise of rule of law. Rise of the generations coming up who are more liberal bent. You're a fossil. Bye. He's going to try to do a variation on a theme, but he's a fossil. Candace Owens at 30. Candace Owens. She thinks she's right. It's not an act. Let's just say there's a leap of logic that she made somewhere in there in creating her philosophy of life that involved hop, skipping, and jumping down a cliff. It's like, okay, so you believe there's oppression because, well, certainly way back when Democrats were for the whole slavery South thing, but then there was a switch. And now you see it as Democrats are still responsible because they don't do enough or they don't. So your answer is to become conservative. Because it's the party of responsibility. I'm sorry, I can't even say that with a straight face. Yeah, there's some leaps in logic here that careful, that first step's a doozy because don't go that okay. Holly says it's whatever will get her attention. She's raising her hand. Oh yeah, stand up. I will stand up. And it does. It gets her attention. Yeah, I'm not going to say much more than that. Is she a full-on Trumper? Or is it just that the Republican Party is gone Trumpist? Fried Smith, don't try to understand Candace. She doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm not getting the logic here. I'm not getting the Democrats are coming to. They're in charge. They're fighting to protect the realm. So she turns around and is working furiously to fight against them. Meanwhile, center of the reading is the rot, the moral rot that comes with Trump's base and the dynasty of Republicans. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just ask what's going to happen to her, because I don't get it. I mean, usually I can kind of understand. Like, it's like, all right, I don't agree with you. I completely don't agree with you on this, and this. I understand why you went there to some extent, but oh yeah, she's a Trumper. Oh, thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. What's going to happen to Candace Owens? She's determined. I'm reminded of I've heard people say that some people get stuck, like with their look, their fashion sense, or what have you. Whatever point in their life they felt the most successful, they felt like they'd made it, they felt top of the world, that they'll tend to kind of keep that look. There's some people that just bless my divorce attorney. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But good sir, he felt very empowered in the late 80s. I mean, it's like in the 80s, it's like he had the loafers with the tassels and yeah, it was like Jonathan Livingston Seagull all the way. Candace Owens, she has philosophically done the same thing. She found a point at which she felt powerful, and it feels like for the rest of her life she's just going to just stick with that because it made her no, it wasn't leisure suits. No. He was he had button down suits and he looked very smart. But in the office building and the way it was set up and it was just there was a very there was just an 80s feel to it. So anyway, it feels like she's gonna be like this. It doesn't feel like she's gonna change. King of Swords. Who's the King of Swords? All right, Ten of Cups. Knight of Swords, Chariot. Okay. Happy democratic families. And it feels like it's right side up. And things are able to move forward because there is all kinds of law enforcement stuff that's going to happen. That's what this is. This all goes together. Prosecutors, aggressive law enforcement, really aggressive law enforcement, happy Democrats. It just feels like this is her future. I guess it's what she'll be talking about. I don't know if she was involved with anything, but anyway. Yeah. Well, some people they find something that they feel works for them, and then they decide they're going to die on that hill. I think she's going to be like this when she's 90. So anyway, okay, moving on. Who's next? Oh, what's happening with Matt Gaetz? Wondering Eyes was wondering what's happening with Matt Gaetz. By the way, Tia had the question about Joe Rogan and Candace Owens. I want to give people credit where I can. Wondering Eyes. So where are we? At 38. Wondering Eyes was wondering about what's going on with Matt Gaetz. It's good to check in every once in a while. Matt Gaetz. What's happening with Matt Gaetz? So I'm assuming that means to do with the legal mess he's in, but let's just check in on Matt, shall we? Oh, let's just use 3 questions checking in on Matt because there's a reason I call him Hazmat Gaetz. His energy is toxic. Yeah, RCN, you going in the muck? Yeah, that's got my toes in it now. Oh, Sherry, I hope you feel better. All right, Hazmat Gaetz. 3 cards. How you doing? He's very Matt Gaetz-ish. He's doubling down on being Matt Gaetz-ish. And he's better than you and me. Oh, so much better. So much better. And we should feel blessed that he has deigned to agree to grace us with his presence. Yes. And his pearls of wisdom and his wow. Oh, Shares from moving all last week. Oh, ow. I hope you feel better. Sun. That's Florida. Working. Page of Cups. Young woman. Well, he's just working, and I'm not entirely sure he's totally given up his previous pastimes. You'd think. That's the thing. You would have to be sensible and use your brain, which he wasn't doing in the first place. I don't know. It's like Florida at home, or when he's working. And not to the same extent, but I don't know that he's exactly living a upstanding existence right now. Oh, nay, was Hazmat and Epstein buddies? I have not picked up on that, but it's all gross. All right, well, actually, what's happening with Matt Gaetz then? Is he going to get a rude awakening anytime soon? I don't know. Maybe somebody could actually arrest somebody, indict somebody, do something. What's going on with Matt Gaetz? The investigators think you're an idiot. Yes. Not just the investigators. 2 cards here. This one just jumped out. He incriminated himself in something. Entertainment only. This jumped out on its own. It's like I'm going for the last card, and this one just came out like, wee. Yeah. Look at there. So what's happening with Matt Gaetz? And they have the evidence. It's all there. They don't have to look for it. It's just laid out. Here you go. There's the evidence table. There's everything laid out, labeled. Here we go. Okay. Page of Pentacles. 4 of Swords. 2 of Swords. Devil card. And then the Hermit came out with the Happy Family. He isolated himself. He's circling this happy family, but he can't go in. He can't be a part of it. What he was doing with what he was allegedly doing with Greenberg, he's been doing for a long time. He's been variations on a theme, but he's been doing it for a long time. And he didn't get in any trouble for it. And finally, there was a decision made, a legal decision. We're going to do something about it. Is any hopes his fiance had of, this guy, we're engaged, he's faithful to me, everything is lovely, we're going to have this great wedding, we're going to have kids, we're going to have this idyllic life. There's a song by Kimbra, Kimbra, called Good Intent. Excellent video. Love the choreography. Very old school choreography. But it's a song about infidelity. And there's a line in it. It doesn't matter what you say. It's not what's in your heart. You've tainted every minute till death do we part. Dang. He's done that in spades. So they've made a decision, and they have evidence. So what's the holdup? 3 cards. What's holdup? Okay, Ian's saying the reason why Gaetz has not been indicted yet is because Greenberg's sentencing was put back 3 months as the FBI has collected more evidence against Gaetz. He will go down heavily. Okay, so Greenberg's sentencing was put back for 3 months. Do you know when it is due now? When is that meant? Of course, they could always push it back again, but does anybody know when that is meant to go forward? And thank you for the information. I'd forgotten about that. Oh, they're definitely talking to various people. There's also there are certain police. There are certain types of detectives and what have you that work on specific kinds of cases. Yeah, this whole anyway. 10 of Swords. Legal swords in somebody's metaphorical back, I should say. 2 of Pentacles. Death card. 9 of Wands. All of the stuff he's done held against him. Death of his old way of life. Money can't. It's like him stepping out of an expensive car and the police arresting him. And he's like, well, I can just leave, or I can just, and it's like, no, I can't. All that money that protects me, death of his old way of life, things held against him, 10 of Swords of the law in somebody's metaphorical back. We just have to wait. November 18 is Greenberg's sentencing date. Thank you. At 9 a.m. Rob, thank you. Marsha, thank you. Ian tried to help too. You guys are great. Thank you. Okie dokie. November 18th, huh? I should make a note of that. Greenberg sentencing. November 18th at 9 a.m. Thank you. Okie dokie. We are moving on to Carolyn had a question about the current Kansas Republican senator. Well, every state has 2. They're both Republicans. One's Jerry Moran. The other is Roger Marshall. So who are we reading on? Any chance a Democrat will replace our current Kansas Republican senator? Well, how about senators? Let's just make that plural and run with it, Carolyn. I hope that's okay. Okay. We'll just go with that. Kansas. Where are we? We are at 50. So Dem replace either of the Kansas senators. Okay, let's look at that. Moran? Oh, okay. You want to know about Moran? Or do you want to know about both? Okay, we'll look at Moran. You want Moran? We're going to look at Moran. Will a Democrat replace Kansas Senator Moran? Okay. Senator Moran. Where are you? Gerald Wesley Moran is an American lawyer and politician serving as United States Senator from Kansas since 2011. He is 67 years old. He was born on May 29th, which would make him a Gemini. He has 2 children. He was included in the movie Koch Brothers Exposed. He is a lead Republican in the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee. And he's against any abortion services. He's so far he seems rather. Oh, Moran is retiring. Oh, that's why we're looking. Okay, he's retiring. Because right now he just looks like a cookie cutter Republican. So he's retiring. All right, Moran. Any chance a Democrat? Any chance that Senate seat of yours is going to go blue? Pro-Trumper, cookie cutter. Republicans. So is Moran's Kansas Senate seat going to go to a Democrat? Any chance? Any chance at all? So it's not even really reading on him. It's reading on his, it's like, dude, step aside for a second. No, I'm trying to read on the room. I'm trying to read on the Senate seat. I'm trying to read on fine. I'm in here measuring the drapes, trying to see if a Democrat can come in. Hermit. Can be a card of retiring. It's not the card of retiring. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles would be a maybe freshman Republican. 5 of Pentacles. I'm guessing his district is Ruby Red. Is Ruby Red Gaetz? Sword of Truth. Temperance. Knight of Swords. Okay. Basically, I think something's coming for the House and the Senate. There's something legal. It's the January 6th Select Committee. It's the DOJ, the FBI. I don't know exactly what and who and what, but this is a Republican should come in and take his seat, but there's a lack. There's something missing. There's there's also COVID, sickness. This is pretty much the biggest card of sickness. Well, the death card. You know what I mean. And not enough Republican votes. Having trouble keeping the lights on. But this Sword of Truth, aggressive law enforcement, temperance, cups coming in, causing temperance. And I don't think it's just him. I think there's, between here and the election in 2022, election day in 2022, there are going to be some big changes in personnel, in what people are thinking. Floating Lotus Women's Wellness. Check for the state. Senators don't have a district, but you knew that. Okay, we'll check for the state. But I think there's weirdness coming, is what I'm getting. Carolyn, yes, Trader Red. Kansas senators. How red are your Senate seats? There's Biden. I'm going to guess he didn't do so well in Kansas, but I don't know. Devil. 5 of Cups. 9 of Swords. Page of Swords. No, the sun's trying to come out. It's hard to see the cards. Ace of Pentacles. Some kind of bullying. This may be this is handing Kansas to the bullying, handing Republicans power. Here we're going Republican. This is Republican. But there's some huge kind of corruption here. There's not being able to kick down all of the cups of either evidence or what Democrats are saying. There's huge worry about legal problems, huge worry right in the center. And then then this kind of clears up a little bit. You get some bullying, and I don't know that Candace is going to go purple in any way, shape, or form, but there's some ickiness between here and there. Serious. I've been picking it up over and over and over in all different kinds of readings. So that's what I'm getting there. Okie doke, what's next? Wow, it is getting bright out there. I should probably turn off one of these lights. It's getting to the point where I'm having trouble seeing the cards. Okay. Better? That's better. Okay. Okay. What is next? Okay, B. Gray had a question. 5830. Please read on if Council for National Policy, CNP, and Christian Dominionists were behind the insurrection. Council for National Policy and Christian, yes, I'm sure whatever they were doing, that Yahshua of Nazareth, yes, that would have been exactly what he would have done. Christian Dominionists behind the insurrection. Let's have a look. Be saying the Dominionists have been plotting religious takeover of many parts of society for their ideology. Ooh. Sorry, took you to start you, sweetheart. You're a good kitty. You're a good kitty. The Council for National Policy. Dominionists. In my head, I'm hearing Jeremy Johns, the movie review guy here on YouTube. His sarcastic, Oh yeah, now it's a party. Yeah, I'm sure they're fun. Oh yeah, get that right-wing message out there. Five of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. King of Wands. Temperance. Three of Wands. They may have had, okay. Blah, blah, blah. Starting over. There's the message. Far right message. Insult to injury? Sure, why not? Gotta crack some eggs. Fruits of labor. They have funds. They have fruits of their labor. They have stuff they've, yeah, anyway. Don't care. Authoritarianism. Temperance. So it's like, okay, then see, if it was just this, I'd say absolutely. They took the fruits of their labor, for the sake of an authoritarian, cast their fruits of their labor out upon the water, and they're waiting for the return. So it's like, go forth, bon voyage, and come back with, come back with pence or on your shield, or I'm trying to make a reference to Spartan, but if that was it, I'd say yes. But I've got a big old capital letter, Temperance, Major Arcana, right between the two. So this feels like limited. There's something that limited this. So let's have a quick look. Be Gray, they do definitely have funds. Most are Armageddonists with political clout. Oh, they sound like now. Yeah, they. That sounds like a party. Oh yeah. Or let me just pull three more cards. Could this be maybe this? They're not Temperance, but maybe the Angel. It doesn't feel like it, but maybe. Let me pull three more cards. Well, the military. No, these aren't military cards. Throw in, they are heavily authoritarian. After they take over the U.S., they want to make war and pollute as much as possible. So either way, the world is destroyed and Armageddon happens. How far up your own do you have to be to think like that? King of Pentacles. Okay. Republicans. Empress. Ten of Swords. Star. They're a problem, but I don't know if they are January 6th insurrection. Were they behind the insurrection? Temperance. It's not this, but it's something else. And they may have contributed some funds to get people somewhere, but this is giving me pause. So usually very open-minded about people's religions. I really am. I don't get up here and bash other religions. I really don't. I do make reference to Yahshua of Nazareth because, to my understanding, that was actually his name. We'll do a deeper read on it. Not today. Not today, Lowell. Well, maybe we'll come back to it. I've got other questions I need to get to. But because anyway, my understanding is that that's what his actual name was. And if you're going to follow the teachings of somebody, maybe you should, I don't know, call him by his actual name. Just a thought. But anyway, but at the point of which you want to destroy the world, you want children choking and dying in war so you can go to heaven? Get out. Get out. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Rowan, because the letter J didn't become part of the alphabet until the 1600s. Yeah, but the translations, the Bible translations, I think it's symbolic of, anyway, doesn't matter. 108. Okay, so Broken Sun saying that Linda G, the great Linda G, says Trump's presidency will be invalidated. Does that null and void his pardons? You could ask her. I can look if will Trump's pardons be nulled and voided. But I have not picked up on a complete, he's totally illegitimate, reverse everything. I haven't picked up on that, but that doesn't mean I'm right. And that's the beauty of this. It's generally the consensus among readers. It's not just one. So Linda G is, oh my gosh, talented. But nobody's 100%. And I don't pick up. And that's more, I'm saying, I'm just getting something different. Doesn't mean I'm right. That's what I'm saying. I get a lot of this stuff being overturned, but I don't get the whole null void thing. That's just me. But Trump's pardons, will they be overturned? There's so much to clean. I'm seeing a person standing in like a massive, like the rotunda of Congress, a room that size with a floor that size, and it's one person, and they have one small little bucket, the kind, with the little spin mop and the, and it's about yay big. And you put the thing in, and you hit and it spins the mop. They have so much to clean up and so much to go through. And they just plot. That's what it feels like right now. I'm sorry, did I miss some? People are thanking for support, and I really do appreciate it. But did I miss some super chats? I just want to, you don't have, this is no pay to play here. I'm just wondering if I miss them, if I'm not thanking someone, if it isn't appearing. But it's because of, if you have, I apologize if I have not thanked you. All right, Trump's pardons. Well, Well, maybe it was the fact that you tried to take over the country. Could cause a problem. I didn't miss. Okay, good. Hello, Roxy. People just being kind. Good. Ace of Cups, 5 of Wands. Oh, it's so bright in here. 9 of Cups, Chariot, 4 of Pentacles. Rise of democratic power. It was all kind of stirring. There's so much to, like I said, there's so much to clean up. And this is the sheer amount of law enforcement. Currently, last I heard, Trump was the subject of 29 lawsuits and 4 criminal investigations. That's a lot. And he just runs out of money. I'm not know if I'm getting much on the actual pardons. Let's have a look. Trump pardons. Are they worth the paper they are printed on? Floating Lotus, Women's Wellness. I was skeptical of biblical texts from an early age, converted to Judaism and learned Hebrew. Wow. So I could read the original text. And believe me, there's a lot, capital letters, lot of editing in there. That's what I hear. I'm impressed you learned Hebrew. It's not, foreign languages elude me. So. Oh, Tara, come here for, my knowledge. Oh, thank you. Polly Wanda making me laugh, and Sharon Sipe always around to greet you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. All right, so are Trump's pardons worth the paper they are printed on? Let us see. They're very much out of his mind. Because what have you done for me lately? They can't help him now, and he can't use them to raise funds. So, oh, I don't still speak French. The French I use here, that's it. That's all I know. It's the thief card. All right, let's try turning off this light. Oh, my eyes feel better. That's good. Really? All right, thief card. Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. I'm not getting whether any of them are going to be overturned. What this feels like, though, is a whole lot of money exchanging hands for pardons. Theft. Money. So did that money go back to Trump? So did that money for pardons, did it go back to Trump? And will that come out? Oh, merci beaucoup. Holly in France. Yes, learning a language is really hard. I've been in France for 10 years and realize I'll never be bilingual. Je comprends. Moi aussi. 4 of Swords. It's all dead to him now. 5 of Wands, 2 of Swords, King of Wands, Trump in the middle, Devil, surprise. 5 of Pentacles. Did the money get back to him? I think there were other things done, business deals, like we're going to have a huge convention at your hotel, or we're going to do, because there's a lot of fighting to get pardons, and there were decisions, and it was absolutely corrupt. But it wasn't for cash. It was business deals. Will that be? Well, they at least put laws in place so that doesn't happen anymore. Trump victory. Blech. Oops. All right. Knight of Swords. 3 of Cups. Knight of Cups. 9 of Wands, 6 of Cups. They're going to get to the bottom of it. Aggressive law enforcement, Democrats working together, fighting for the realm, ultimately working together, happier, newer era. This can be a card of nostalgia, but to me, it can also be a card of starting over, or an idyllic farmer's market. You know, this, we're moving on to a new kind of thing. Focus. And them feeling beaten up for what they went through. So I think it was in kind, and there will be stuff coming out about it. That's all I'm getting. But there you go. All right, let's see. Wanda has another fantastic comment. The Bible aims at truth and is accurate when thrown a short distance. It's good. It's very good. All right, 119. DeSantis. Oh, I read on DeSantis. I just grabbed that card. But is he going to lose the election in 2022 or have any consequences? Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna power through the questions. I just throw caution to the wind. DeSantis, 2022. DeSantis 2022. He wants to be president so badly. I mean, I can just, every time I read on him, it's just, oh, I want it, the precious. I want it. It's like, dude, decaf. Thank you, Helen Sweet. I appreciate that. Oh, this is Florida. 6 of Pentacles. That's a normal kind of kissing babies kind of thing, but this is turned on its head. Prosecutors turn his prospects on their head. He's just going about his normal little politician ways. Major Arcana. Prosecutors. There's something coming for DeSantis. Lois saying, I love French. Softer than Italian, easier than German. The language of love? German? Or Dutch? Van Gogh. Scheveningen. I love the Netherlands and people of the Netherlands, and the language is fun, but you've got quite the guttural noise there in your language. Bitte. All right. 1:21:30. We are moving on to how is Donald Trump? How will Donald Trump this week? Trump this week. This week and Donald Trump future. You guys are awesome. Tara, no, the language of love is French. Oh, I know. I was just joking. What was that? $20. This week in Trump future. Well, New York City. Him just sniffing and snortling. Doing that a lot. Chaos. Chaos. In what way? He likes chaos. He likes watching chaos. He likes creating chaos. Someone could do something to him that would be chaotic. Yeah, and water is wet. Yes, there's going to be chaos around Trump this week. Oh, hello. Devil. Little bully sword man. There's America. More coming out about how close we were to losing our country to authoritarianism. This is him as a bully, but it's not. This is America. It coming to light just how bad this was. There is something brewing, and it feels worse. Not worse than us losing our country, but worse than just finding out more, because we already know this happened. I need more information on this. So it's Monday. Trump thin skin. How's your week going? How is your week going to go? Oh, the dynasty. Okay, being around the business, the kids, the business, judgment. 8 of Wands, 4 of Swords. I'm not getting huge arrests this week. Please prove me wrong. That's fine. I'd be happy to be wrong in this instance. Go right ahead. I go right ahead. That's fine. I will be happy. Please correct me. Please correct me. I'm getting judgments. I'm getting them just doing more of Trump world, doing more Trump world stuff, but legally it's quiet. From the outside, it looks quiet. This is going on behind the scenes, but to us it looks quiet. But I think it's Sivance related. It's the business with the kids. But seriously. Oh, over on Black and Orange, she was so wrong. She said nothing was going to happen to Trump this week. She was totally wrong. Good. It means he's arrested, or the kids are, or yay. Shit, I wonder if I read on Barry yesterday, day before, recently. That man has some legal pain in his future. Jennifer Weisselberg's husband. Oh, yeah, he's got some pain. Oh, the pain. The pain. Well, that kind of goes along with Janelle's question, but it's in general. 127. Will we get any news bombshells this week? News bombshells this week. Well, there's always a certain amount of stuff, but I think we're talking about hopefully moving toward justice specifically is my hope. Gathering up all the stuff that Trump and Trump world did. Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune, news story is right at the center. There was a plan. There was money given out. This is a news story that this is pretty big and faded. This is major arcana, something being turned on its head. This feels faded. What is? Can you give me more details? That's a news story. Is it about taxes or funding or something? News bombshell this week. Star. I'm still getting separating truth from lies, but there's possibly star witness. Nine of Pentacles, Devil. Oh, I think we might be in Weisselberg territory. Three of Cups. Nine of Cups, Judgment. Someone sitting pretty. Someone with money that was that they got in a legal way, illicit, bad way. A celebration about the evidence and they're coming forth for judgment, coming out. What fits that in my head is Jennifer Weisselberg against her husband, Barry. But she's been told to stay quiet, which makes me crazy. The judge, to the best of my understanding, the judge told her to stop talking to the media. That's what I'm getting for that. It could be something else, but that's how that fits in my head. Okie dokie. 131. How is Mitch McConnell feeling? Okay. Mitchie, babe. Haven't read on you in a little bit. How's it going? Grumble, 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 grumble. How is Mitch? Cindy was asking, how is Mitch McConnell feeling today? He looked confused last week. Let's see. Mitch McConnell. Plans within plans within plans. And I would have made it too if it wasn't for you meddling voters. Wow. Somebody's heart is 3 sizes too small. Actually, more like 5. Yeah, I'm getting a sense of blackness all through. And it isn't just like the illness with this hand was blue and what have you. No, this is spiritual, just blackness. It's so awful. Queen of Swords. Okay, why is the Queen of Swords there? 2 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Strength. Well, message. This is the negotiation for the infrastructure package. Kick down as many of the Democrats' wants and wishes as possible. Work, work, work. We have our own way of doing things. We'll take back power, keep to our ideals. This strength, I'm not sure whose side this strength is on. He's conniving. How's Mitch doing this week? He's conniving. Pamela, what color do you see for his aura? Mitch McConnell? Brown. And not one with like a warm reddish tone to it. It's just a grayish brown. His health is not good, but also his spirit is not right. Yes, fam. Let's all vote for Polly Wanda to start her own channel. Yes, I'd go. I'd be there. Ace of Cups. Oh, those meddling Democrats and meddling Democratic voters. How dare they? Is Scooby-Doo going to pull off your mask, Mitch? Magician, Ace of Wands. Stand up. Be obnoxious. Queen of Wands. So it actually annoys him somehow. So many of his people are still politically wedded to Trump. 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. He'd actually like to get rid of some of the Trumpist extremist stuff because he wants power and he does not. He sees Trump as pulling the party down. Of course, he won't say that in public, but he wants to clean it out. But they're standing up, they're doing this, and Republicans have to stick together. So that's all I'm getting from Mitch. And just the rot continues. Okay. Electra was asking, where are we? We're at 136. Electra was asking, has the Pentagon finally been purged of Trump loyalists? Oh, yes, please. That's kind of important. National Book Lovers Day. Today? Holly and friends, he may be evil, but he's not stupid. He's politically savvy. He is politically savvy. And he's not stupid. But all right, U.S. Pentagon, have you been purged of the Trump loyalists? Oh no, they're not necessarily even appointees. There are people there who are very much MAGA people, through and through, and they didn't have to be appointed. There are some. Maybe even a general, even someone high up. I got a star for the reading about the Pentagon. Who has stars? Generals. Page of Cups. King of Cups. 10 of Wands. 9 of Swords. Empress. It's going to be okay. This is the young people coming in. Their commander-in-chief is Biden, and 99.999% of them are like, okay, it is whatever. Biden's trying to, they've cleaned out a lot. And the people who Trump did put in there, they're going to have some explaining to do. We have some worry about it, and we'll see that. So yeah, I'd say they've cleaned it out. There are some people there who are just right wing on their own, but not enough to try anything stupid. So that's good news. They wouldn't get very far if they did try. 139. Pentagon. Okay. Let me see here. Why is the heating and air conditioning person here? I might have to go in a second. Let's look at Yesenia's question. DOJ, will they investigate Trump, or are they already? DOJ, investigate Trump. Okay, let's have a look at that. Is DOJ investigating Trump? My stomach feels like it just went sour, like someone drinking way too much coffee, trying to just get through huge mounds of work. There's a thief card. There's a lot of anger at Barr and his ilk. 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, High Priestess, 6 of Swords. This has, how much was he involved in the insurrection? I would have thought I'd see something here about obstruction of justice, but I'm not really getting that. I'm getting there. There's a lot of focus right now. They're trying to gather up information to give to the select committee. Stuff they're looking at themselves, but also stuff they're scooping up. What have you got? What have you got? So we can give it to the select committee. Move the air sign paperwork. Also, about the insurrection, secret who sent people in who had weapons. Republicans there. I think it's spread. I think there's a lot. It's here, there, it's here, and then here, and then here, and then it's a lot of stuff that's been ongoing, but also, yeah, there's a lot. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. All right. I'm going to cut it short there. I've got to figure out what's going on with the heater and air conditioning person who's about to come to the door. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will be back here tomorrow. I'm here every single day of the year to take your questions. At 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock, I will be over at the Book Art Media channel to do creative sprints, timed to work on your creative stuff. You're always welcome. All right, take care. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.